Engine install trial run. Um, we knew this was going to be sort of a trial run in the beginning because I was missing some bolts for the engine mount bracket. That's the bracket that goes from the engine to the engine mount on the chassis. I was missing those, so we knew we could only do a dry run. The plan was to do the dry run, get it pretty close, rest the transmission on the mount the transmission actually, and then rest the engine on a transmission jack or my regular jack for the night, and then go grab the bolts the next day to bolt the engine mount brackets in and then onto the engine mounts as well. But we ended up having to pull it out because one of my bell housing bolts had stripped the inside thread of the engine, or maybe the bell housing. It would get finger tight, but it would not torque. And so I had to figure that out. I had hoped that in the uh, with the engine sort of in the bay, I would be able to reach this bolt so I can resolve it later. That was not the case. We got the engine to about a quarter inch away from the transmission mount hose, and then I realized I cannot access that stripped bolt, and so we ended up pulling the engine out. But we learned a lot. The one main thing is that the because the transmission tunnel is sort of a V shape, if your transmission ends up underneath the tunnel, under the car, there's no way to get it back up. So you sort of have to continually level out the transmission and then push it in, level it, push it in, drop the engine, level the transmission, push it in the whole way. The tolerances on the side of the transmission are extremely tight. We're talking about maybe 1, 2 millimeters. So if you do scratch the heat shielding, my dealer said just to use some silver duct tape and fix it. But if you're really careful, you won't really hit anything else. Um, but this dry run took about 5 hours, and we learned quite a lot. My friend Alex came and helped, and it's a fun time, even though it took 5 hours. Um, so we'll install the engine another day.